So, in this video, we're going to discuss the citizenship programs that may be designed to get you caught, right? Before that, something very interesting. A couple of countries and couple of passports are doing the rounds. It's in the news. And the first one is Solomon Islands, right? The passport is in trash, right? It's a pretty interesting passport. It has some very good access. A lot of countries flirt with this idea. They talk a lot, but they don't deliver. Albania, Serbia, and a couple of other countries entertained thoughts of starting a citizenship by investment program. Of course, there's a lot of permissions that they need to seek from Western countries. It's not so simple. The price is heavy. Either design your programs to get people caught, but if you are trying to do business, then it's not going to be so simple for any of these countries. Do I think this citizenship is going to start? No, absolutely not. This is never going to see the light of day. And the reason is because let's say if they start a citizenship and they're talking about a draft price of 100K, that's almost impossible to launch at, right? If they actually launch something at 100K, then I think they will land up in deep water like Vanuatu, right? Vanuatu never listened to the Western forces, and the result is that they've lost all the access. Now they're trying to play catch up by tightening the screws, but now it's too late, right? The damage is already done, so they never paid attention. They lost all the access, right? Had they followed the Caribbeans, then they would have kept the access, but they would have lost a lot of customers, the customer base. Now, so if Solomon Islands does what Vanuatu is doing, right, not listen, then they're of course going to land up in hot water. All that beautiful access will be terminated pretty instantly. If they follow the path of the lead of the Caribbeans, then they're going to join that bucket, join that list, right? Hot list. They're going to meet with EU, they're going to meet with US, they're going to tailor and design the programs uh, as per the wishes of the Western forces. At that point, it's going to be pretty moot or useless kind of program for anyone, really. I mean, smart people know what I'm talking about. So, all in all, I think they're very ambitious. They like to throw a flirt, right? They want to negotiate on certain terms so they can say what they want to. But when it comes to actually starting a citizenship program, do I feel this is going to launch? No. My prediction is no. The second country that is trying to create a buzz is Ghana, right? One of the ministers has proposed a citizenship program at $50,000. This is not attractive because this is only catering to the African diaspora. All right. There's a lot of programs like that. Whoever has African ancestry, the Sierra Leone country that has this type of a thing. So, again, I mean, yes, it might be interesting 50K. That's not a big amount, but the passport is pretty useless. Near trash, right? The passport is near trash. So who's going to want to take that passport? I personally, again, don't think this is happening. The chances of this are next to almost next to nil, right? 25% chance of that happening. Solomon Islands, I would say 95% chances of it not happening. Now let's talk about the second part, which is the citizenship programs that are designed to get you caught. Now, people who are in the clean and clear, right, never done anything wrong in their life, well, you will face scrutiny. There'll be auditing. There'll be heavy monitoring, surveillance, whatnot, video recording, passing of information, all of that. As long as you're crystal clear, you should be able to defend yourself. You'll be clean. You'll be able to keep the passport and things might work fine. But let's say there's things that are you're in a different country, that certain things that might come up. So these programs are specifically designed to monitor you not just at the time of citizenship application. So you're opening a can of worms if you think there's in your background something in your background that you're trying to protect. And then not just now, right? Not just at the time of due diligence. They're not only going to go back in history, uncover all the mud, and then they're also going to go in future, right? Once you become a citizen, that doesn't mean it's the end of the story and you become a happy citizen. You're of course going to be monitored later on as well. So again, as I said, if you have no worries, no background issues, you never expect to do anything wrong or anything bad happening, no plan B concept, then this is a good thing. This is good for people who desperately need to travel. They don't have much money, they have some savings. If they put it in the right area, which is purchasing a passport, then they will have the good travel mobility, because looks like all the Caribbean countries, the ones that sell their passport, are pretty well responding to the Western wishes. So they might retain that access. So that's what they are there to provide. When you talk about plan B, that's not what I see with these options. It's the opposite, right? Anything threatening, anything frightening that's going on, they're going to get you caught, right? If you're wrong, they'll get you caught. Is that a good thing? Of course, it's a good thing for the Western forces, because they want more people getting caught who are doing the wrong things. Now, you should never do anything wrong, but let's say you have committed serious crimes, right? What are some examples? Some examples are, let's say you are being a gay, but in a wrong jurisdiction, right? If you're a gay, let's say in Saudi Arabia or certain countries, you could be a criminal, serious criminal according to those laws. So that could be an example of a serious crimes in those jurisdictions. Let's say you're a woman, you drove before 2018, you could be a serious criminal, right? Versus, let's say you're shoplifting or doing some robbery in, let's say, the US, the value of that robbery is below a certain threshold. So that could be a lesser crime, may not be as serious as the other crimes discussed before. So it really depends upon what's going on with your life. If there's any such situations that you're expecting, maybe you're filling forms incorrectly, maybe you have done some mistakes in some of your previous applications when you're filing your taxes, any of that, right? You could be a very serious criminal. So, looking at such programs, you're going to uncover a lot of things. So, you not only got to be careful right now, but you also have to be careful in the future if you have signed up for any of those programs. At the end of the day, is that a bad move? Is this a bad move that they're dancing to the tunes of the Western forces? Well, not really. If you ask the Western forces, they're pretty happy. So, again, depends upon where you're coming from, what your background is, depending upon which country you're functioning under, it may be a good or a bad move, and that's what I feel. This is specifically the reason why you want to have natural options as well. Okay, you have purchased a passport. If you want to purchase a passport, that's fine, but natural options are critical, where you get your permanent residencies, wait for the right time, switch over to the right nationalities. Those are there to stay. Those are not there to get you caught. Those are not there to bother you or haunt you in future. Those are there to provide you with plan B, protection, as well as access. So at any point in time, you want to get started with any of those real natural programs which don't function on investments or passport purchase, and click the link, book a call. We can discuss the number of options that best fit your scenario. I'm on the ground constantly evaluating different options, so I can easily have that discussion and we can figure out a joint strategy to tackle 1, 2, or 3 residencies. Let's say you're planning a trip, we can get all of that scheduled and covered. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, make sure to turn on the bell notification and subscribe, so you're always notified and updated on any of the latest trends that are happening on the ground. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and catch you in the next one.